Now let's see different types of AC circuits. In an alternating current circuit, the phase difference between the current and the EMF depends upon the type of the circuit. Here we shall first study simple circuits containing only one element, resistor, inductor or capacitor, and then circuits containing combination of these basic circuit elements. Let's see first the circuit containing resistance only. AC circuit containing resistance only. Let an alternating EMF given by E equal to E naught sin omega t be applied across a pure non-inductive resistance capital R as shown in figure. Let I be the instantaneous current in the circuit. By Ohm's law, the applied EMF at any instant E must be equal to IR, the potential difference across the resistance at that instant, that is E equal to IR or E naught sin omega t equal to IR or I equal to E naught upon R sin omega t. But E naught upon R equal to I naught, the peak value of the current in the circuit. That is I equal to I naught sin omega t. A comparison of equation 2 with equation 1 shows that in a pure resistor the current is always in phase with the applied EMF. Figure A shows this phase relationship graphically, while figure B is the corresponding phasor diagram. Let's see AC circuit containing inductance only. Let an alternating EMF given by E equal to E naught sin omega t be applied across a pure zero resistance coil of inductance L as shown in figure. As the current I in the coil varies continuously, an opposing back EMF is induced in the coil whose magnitude is L di upon dt, where di upon dt is the rate of change of current. The net instantaneous EMF is thus E naught sin omega t minus L di upon dt, but this should be zero because there is no resistance in the circuit. Thus E naught sin omega t minus L di upon dt equal to 0, or L di upon dt equal to E naught sin omega t, or di equal to E naught upon L sin omega t dt. Integrating both sides, we have integration di equal to E naught upon L integration sin omega t dt, or I equal to E naught upon L minus cos omega t upon omega equal to minus E naught upon omega L cos omega t, or I equal to E naught upon omega L sin omega t minus pi by 2. The maximum value of sin omega t minus pi by 2 is 1. Therefore E naught upon omega L is the maximum current in the circuit. Thus I equal to I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2, where I naught equal to E naught upon omega L is the peak value of current. A comparison of this equation with the EMF equation E equal to E naught sin omega t shows that in a pure inductor the current lags behind the EMF by a phase angle of pi by 2 or 90 degree, or the EMF leads the current by a phase angle of pi by 2 or 90 degree. This means that when the EMF is maximum, the current is 0 and vice versa. Figure A shows the phase relationship graphically. Figure B is the corresponding phasor diagram. Let's see inductive reactance. The peak value of current in the coil is I naught equal to E naught upon omega L. Applying Ohm's law, we find that the product omega L has the dimensions of resistance. It represents the effective opposition of the coil to the flow of alternating current. It is known as the reactance of the coil or inductive reactance and is denoted by XL. Thus XL equal to omega L equal to 2 pi FL, where F is the frequency of the alternating current. Thus the inductive reactance increases with increasing frequency of the current. This is easy to understand. The inductive reactance XL equal to 2 pi FL is 0 for DC, for which F equal to 0. Third, circuit containing capacitance only. Let an alternating EMF given by E equal to E naught sin omega t be applied across the plates of a perfect capacitor of capacitance C. As the EMF is alternative, the charge on the capacitor plates varies continuously and correspondingly current flows in the connecting leads. Let Q be the charge on the capacitor plates and I the current in the circuit at any instant. Since there is no resistance in the circuit, the instantaneous potential difference Q upon C across the capacitor plates must be equal to the alternating applied EMF, that is Q upon C equal to E